Oh, hello there, it's Linda here from Just For Tummies. Today I want to talk to you about diverticular disease. Now, having been a natural health therapist for the best part of 30 years and specialising in common digestive and gut disorders, over the years I've had lots of people contact me who have been diagnosed with diverticular disease or who are in the middle of a nasty flare-up called diverticulitis. Now, diverticular disease is a fairly common, at least over the age of 50, certainly over the age of 60, and when you get into your 70s and 80s, it's a fairly common benign disorder that affects the large bowel, in particular the left-hand side of the bowel, called the descending bowel, the sigmoid area of the bowel. And I wanted to make this video because in my experience, people who suffer with diverticulitis in particular are just not getting the correct advice they need to help prevent these recurring diverticulitis attacks. So just let me go back a couple of minutes to what is diverticular disease. So it's when pockets develop in the walls of the large bowel, and these pockets can be different sizes. They can be very small, they can be quite large, they can be different depths as well. So some of them can be quite shallow and others can be quite deep. And it's when a diverticular pocket is quite deep that there can be complications if it perforates. Complications with septicemia, so that can be a medical emergency. But having diverticulosis, which is the name used to describe the pocketing that develops in the lining, in the walls of the large bowel, is very benign. If someone develops pain, and it's usually pain low down in the abdomen, just above the pubic bone, then depending upon their age and other symptoms, their GP may refer them for a sigmoidoscopy or a colonoscopy, and that's where you have a camera inserted into your back passage and the endoscopist or gastroenterologist can have a look round using this camera to see if the pain that you're getting is being caused by diverticular disease. If he sees diverticulosis, the pocketing, then you are then given the diagnosis, you've got diverticular disease. But what happens when someone is having a nasty flare-up termed as diverticulitis? They can get the pain low down in the pelvis. They can get diarrhea, sometimes bloody diarrhea, and they can get a high temperature, and they just don't feel well. And the treatment at that stage is antibiotics because there's inflammation there and there could well be infection there. And you want to try and nip that infection in the bud with antibiotics. But what I find frustrating is that when someone has had an attack of diverticulitis, they are given very little help and advice as to how to prevent an attack like that recurring again, because very often they do happen again. Okay, they may be given a leaflet to read about what they should and shouldn't be eating if they suffer with diverticular disease, but it's not really of any great help. So the way or how I advise people who have diverticular disease and who have been having multiple attacks of diverticulitis, where they just end up having to take antibiotics one course after another, that of course can cause its own problems. We know that antibiotics are great at killing off the bacteria that's causing the infection, but there's always a trade-off with broad spectrum antibiotics, and they also decimate billions and billions of your friendly gut bacteria. And this, of course, increases the risk of you getting another attack of diverticulitis. So for me, it's about prevention. It's about supporting the digestive system, the gut in particular, the large bowel, with diet and lifestyle, and with key supplements that help to prevent diverticulitis attacks, in particular live bacteria, digestive enzymes. Essential fatty acids from omega-3 fish oils are super, super important to help prevent infections, or inflammation and infection. So I've written a fact sheet all about diverticular disease, and I'm going to put the link to it above this video. So please download it and have a read. And if you are a person who gets regular attacks of diverticular disease, and all you're given to reduce these attacks are antibiotics each time, just do bear in mind that, yes, although the antibiotics should be quite successful in calming down the diverticulitis attack, you need to think about the side effects of taking recurring courses of antibiotics and how they affect the health of your gut, certainly your immune system. Remember, up to 80% of your immune system is located in your gut. And if you're a woman, the antibiotics will also eradicate billions of friendly bacteria in your bladder and your vagina, increasing your risk of getting a UTI, thrush, and bacterial vaginosis. So lots of things to think about. There is a much better way of managing diverticular disease and certainly reducing the attacks of diverticulitis. So like I say, I'm going to put a link to my diverticular disease fact sheet above this video, and I will also share with you a testimonial. Someone that was suffering with diverticulitis attacks, and after taking my advice, no longer has them. That's it for now. I wish you a lovely bank holiday weekend, and I will see you sometime next week. Bye.